Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sloane's digs. Melinda gives Sloane an update on the adoption. When they obtain their marriage license, she claims the process will move more quickly. Right at that moment, Xander shows up to talk to Sloane. Before Sloane sends Eric out the door, Eric acts like an asshole. After he departs, it becomes clear that Xander wants Sloane to assist him in obtaining full custody of Victoria. Sloane believes Xander has a chance to obtain parental rights, but his fight for exclusive custody will be difficult. According to Xander, the courts ought to declare Sarah unfit because of her numerous baby frauds. If they can get a male judge to sit on the bench, she believes they have an excellent plan for custody. Sloane claims that the entire case will be difficult to prove. As he leaves, Xander reiterates his opinion that Sarah is unable to be a parent. Sarah is speaking with Maggie in Horton Square, while Victoria is dozing off. She gives Maggie a sincere thanks and hangs up. She flips out as soon as she spots Susan. As Sarah begins to wonder if her eyes are playing tricks on her, EJ shows up. Sarah understands that her wrath toward Xander may have been in vain. Xander continues to be a threat to society, according to EJ, but Susan advises him to calm down because of his checkered past. As she leaves to tell Maggie the good news, Sarah looks frightened. Susan tries to persuade EJ that Ava and Xander are real. She is unable to ignore the changes in them. EJ resists, but she makes him swear on her own life that he won't hurt them. Susan claims that because she is returning to Memphis to be with Roger, she won't be able to keep an eye on him. Susan believes that Edmund and she are similar beings, therefore their conversation returns to Edmund. EJ brushes off the analogy and continues to ponder who sent Susan over to her British captor. At the Kyriakis mansion, Kate shows up to speak with her about pursuing Sarah. She requested a divorce, which has him furious. Kate is EC. Rex tells Kate that she is being too intrusive and that he is a grown man who doesn't need her help. Rex, in Kate's opinion, deserves a bride who isn't attractive to the gardener. She requests that Rex accept the offer Sarah is making to him. Sarah suddenly makes her way back from the square. Before leaving, Kate gives her the order. Sarah believes she has a point, but Rex apologizes for Kate's actions. She continues by claiming to have seen Susan Banks in Horton Square looking very much alive. Sarah understands that Xander now has a legal defense if the situation changes in court. What does this revelation entail for their marriage? Rex queries. Unmoved, Sarah believes that they should go their separate ways. As he's returning to Chicago, he says she can send the divorce papers there. Rex leaves after Sarah thanks him for being her best friend. Shin boarding house. Harris calls Ava, and they talk about getting booted out of Bayview. She is relieved to hear that he has secured housing, and he adds getting a job is the next step. As Tripp enters the room, he overhears their chat. Ava refers to Harris as a hero before hanging off to speak with her son. Tripp declines her offer to prepare breakfast for him and Wendy, and says she is at a job interview. He declares his love for Wendy, and then questions her about his mother's developing romance with Harris. She claims that everything is just friendship at this point. While Tripp appreciates Harris' assistance, he questions whether his mother being close to him is a good idea. Tripp is reminded by Ava that she is now a new person and is capable of managing her personal affairs. Brady Pub. Eric informs Harris that he has taken over his room when they cross paths. In the nightstand drawer, he discovered photos of Rachel and gave them back. When Eric inquires about Harris' children, he replies, "Not that I know of," foreshadowing. He claims to have grown up in Salem and is currently trying to discover his identity and his course in life. Kate shows up and inquires about Harris. They both consider Dimitri's arrest to be a good thing. While Kate claims that nothing will change at the Salem PD as long as Rafe is in charge, Eric wishes they had arrested Vivian. She believes Harris might make a valuable addition to the force. After saying goodbye, Eric walks away. When Xander gets there, Sarah is upset. She gives him an update on the split and blames him alone. Harris shows up to visit Ava just as Tripp leaves to go to work. He expresses gratitude to Harris for saving their lives, while also stating that his mother does not have to handle anyone else's mess. He is quieted by Ava, who then directs him to go. Harris and Ava lock lips while holding hands. Stephanie awakens to see Chad fully dressed and reflecting on life in his apartment. He pushes away from her as she talks and tries to kiss him on the neck. He responds that it's Abigail's birthday and getting close to the anniversary of her murder by Clyde Weston when she asks what she did. Chad expresses regret for his behavior, while Stephanie tries to console him. He declines Stephanie's invitation to accompany him, even though he says he's heading to Abigail's burial. Sarah tells Xander she spotted Susan at the Kyriakis mansion. She claims that she never believed he was a nasty person and shied away from getting close to him once more. Considering Susan is still alive, she appears to have changed her mind. Xander is with Chloe when Sarah goes to kiss him, so she apologizes. Though Xander admits that they are no longer together, he claims that nothing has changed because Victoria lied to keep him away. Sarah claims she recognizes how harsh she was to him, and that she is sorry for what she did. Sarah is truly admitting she was wrong, which Xander finds hard to comprehend. According to Sarah, she was attempting to keep their child safe and knew what she was doing. Xander can't possibly comprehend her reasons, despite her desire that he can comprehend her deeds. She should be aware of his deep love for both her and their child. Always, Xander would do everything in his power to keep the two of them safe. Does she ever do that for him? Sarah thinks Xander should try to see things from her perspective. He doesn't take long to begin criticizing his own actions. According to Sarah, leaving him was the hardest thing she's ever done. She continues by claiming that Maggie and Bonnie were furious with her for hiding the father of the child's identity from him. Rex is also absolved of responsibility. She continues by stating once more how Susan's resurrection and his role in Victoria's conception changed everything. When they'd appeared to be on the verge of reconciling, Sarah's phone rings, and it's Justin calling to discuss the custody dispute. She learns about Xander's suit for full custody, just as she is going to advise Justin to abandon the case. Shin boarding house. Harris and Ava share a kiss in joy at their newfound independence. She agrees when he claims he's been wanting to kiss her for a while. After that, they resume lip-locking. Ava suggests that they might cool their jets after that. Harris hesitantly consents to temporarily put their feelings on hold. They continue by discussing their future plans as they go. Harris suggests that Ava find a method to make a living off of her passion for cooking after she discusses it. Returning the favor, Ava inquires about Harris's next move. He claims to have attended the police academy and may use that in the future. They decide to have dinner out at a later time. At that precise moment, Tripp exits and comes back. Statesville. The account of Susan Banks' resurrection is being read by Clyde Weston. He reads the account, which mentions the identity of the person who gave Susan to Edmund. Lucas is listening while Clyde waxes lyrical about his illicit activity. They exchange barbs, and Lucas reminds him that today is Abigail's birthday. Clyde claims that because he actually intended to kill Belle, it wasn't personal. He continues by saying that Chad attempted to kill him and that EJ shot him. Clyde's folly is not tolerated by Lucas, and they return to their snarky exchanges. As he leaves, Clyde cautions Lucas to control his speech. In the lobby of University Hospital, Kayla gives Tripp a warm welcome back. As they discuss what transpired in London, Kayla wonders if Ava will be in the Salem area. Tripp wishes Ava luck in her quest for progress and stability. Ava staying with him, and Wendy is something that Steve and Kayla, according to Kayla, aren't crazy about. A text message about a patient who overdosed at the ER arrives just then, reaching Tripp. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.